How do you 100% a Pokemon game? Do you catch every Pokemon? Do you collect every item? Do you beat every trainer? How many times? 10 times? The Elite Four? How many times do you become champion? Do you get every shiny? Do you have to go on every slice of grass? Do you need to become #1 in the online competitive format? How do you 100% a Pokemon game?
There's a lot of people who have completed Pokemon Emerald, beaten.
For some reason, YouTube here has set me at 720p. And there's no way, absolutely no way, I am watching an Asteroid video in 720p.
There's a lot of people who have completed Pokemon Emerald, beaten the game, finished the Dex, maybe even gotten one of every shiny, but that's not
That would be
what
ridiculous.
I'm talking about today. Honestly, that's not even the beginning of what this game has to offer. So
I think it's weird that I have reacted to very, very quickly 2 videos that have a big focus on Spinda in the thumbnail. And maybe in the video, I'm not really sure with this one. It's just weird that it happened twice. It's Spinda. I mean, you don't really expect people to be talking about Spinda. It's not exactly like a Dragonite. It's not really a Pikachu or a Charizard. It's a Spinda. I mean, no one's favorite Pokemon is Spinda, unless you wouldn't have your favorite be Spinda, surely. Well, maybe you will after this.
let's explore, if you'll give me, 20 minutes or whatever. Let's explore an impossible scenario where we push Pokemon Emerald until there is literally nothing left to do.
You break the game, you make it collapse in on
Now, you might
itself.
be wondering, Frank, why is this a hypothetical? Why aren't you actually just doing it? Well, it's because I wouldn't live long enough, is I think the main issue.
Well, I think the issue is quickly rectified when you consider the fact that you can have generational children and you can pass down your tasks generation by generation until maybe, I don't know, 5 generations, 6 generations, 600 generations past. The world has moved on. The emerald you're playing on has crumpled into dust and blown away. There is nothing left but the idea, the mystery, the legend of how do you 100% every freaking Pokemon game?
You'll see. Let's start out with just beating the game. If you're a speedrunner and it is prime, you'll run this in about 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow, nice. That's super easy. Not even a challenge, actually. Wow. I love how he has the analog pocket set up and it's like you're watching someone play it.
Which is not bad. The game considers completing the Dex having one of every Pokemon at any given time. So if you have a Bulbasaur and then evolve it to Ivysaur and Venusaur, you'll get 3 entries for that, even though your Bulbasaur is no longer a Bulbasaur and is way thicker.
Man, I love the editing in these videos. I know I say this every single time I react to one of Frank's videos, but man, he is just an absolute mastermind. I was actually talking to him the day before I recorded this reaction. I was talking to him and I was like, how are you? And he's like, I'm tired. And I was like, whoa, what's up? And he's like, I've just been editing. And I'm like, you can really tell the love that goes into these videos because there's no one else doing stuff like this specifically. I'm not going to say that I make like the most high quality things out there. I have editors that I pay to work on the videos for me. So I know that I definitely could be working harder. And whenever I see one of Frank's videos, I'm just like, man, there's truly the goats out there. There really is the goats of Pokemon content creation.
Weird. But anyways, we're not stopping there. We are going to be making a national living Dex, which means we're going to catch all 386 Pokemon coded into the game, and we're going to make sure to have
Also, there is an hour counter behind my big, dumb, stupid head. It's currently at 21 hours. I'll let you know if it changes by any large margin.
one of every single species at one time. Now, my friend John actually did this, and it took him 158 hours or a full week of nonstop playing. But wait a second.
And that video is also great. Fantastic as
We still
well.
have to find 27 more unknown based on the encounter rates and estimating for duplicate encounters. It would take
I'm going to guess it will take around, like, what, an hour, 2 hours, maybe?
about 500 encounters to find every form, and at 30 seconds per encounter, we're looking at about 4 hours to get.
Oh, 4 hours for every single unknown form? I guess because you have to factor in, you do have to factor in the fact that you're going to be seeing the same forms over and over and over again. If the only one that you need left is O, and you keep seeing D's and C's, and God forbid you see some C's, and even the exclamation points and the question marks, God, and don't even get me started on why. I don't want to start, don't, oh God, I hate talking about why. Always make me talk about why.
All the unknown, which honestly isn't too bad. But also some Pokemon have gender differences, where the male and the female Pokemon will look just slightly different.
I mean, that's like, oh wow, that is like a tiny difference. I think it's funny the female has the thing jutting out when it's like, and the male kind of has like the hole when, you know.
So of course we have to get, every single gender difference, which there's about 63 additional Pokemon we'll have to catch. Some of these
Oh, that's not too bad. That'd be like a few hours at most.
are really annoying to get, like Feebas or the starters only having a 12.5% chance of being female. So good luck rolling the dice on that. But not all of them would.
And that would be annoying because you have to restart the game to get your starters. You have to go through the whole intro sequence, and you have to trade it and restart it again. And you have to keep restarting it, doing the whole intro sequence again. And then Birch is going to be like, what's your name? And you're going to be like, Birch, we've been through this. We've been through this so many times, Birch. I've told you. Do you have amnesia? Do you have Alzheimer's?
It'd be terrible to get. So let's assume about 10 hours to get every single gender difference.
Okay.
And of course we got to get all the shinies.
Oh, no.
With the exception of Celebi, he's shiny locked. The odds.
Oh, but I guess you could play Crystal version, but I guess it doesn't really count towards this challenge, right? So what, every single shiny, what, in Pokemon Emerald, where there's a 1 in 8,182 chance? I mean, when I was hunting for my shiny Darkrai, it took 22,000 encounters. When I was hunting for a shiny Celebi, it took 18,000 encounters. So what, like 30 seconds per encounter? 22,000, 18,000. Those start to rack up. If you take the actual just shiny encounter number, do 30 seconds per encounter, is that what he's going to do? 8,192 times 30 for each individual Pokemon. I mean, it's going to be quite a lot.
To find a shiny are 1 in 8,192. And unfortunately for us, there is zero way to improve those odds in Pokemon Emerald. There's no shiny charm, there's no Masuda method, so we just have to get extremely lucky about 500 times. Now,
whoa! And look, he invested all the time as well, and I really respect the fact that Frank went above and beyond to just make sure that every single thing was legitimate and created. I mean, not created, sorry, captured as it should be. Created from eggs that you would have to hatch by Masuda method. Masuda method doesn't even exist in this game, so you can't even do that. Wow, this would be tough.
There's a guy on YouTube named 40 Cakes who actually made a shiny living dex hunting robot. It runs
what? Oh, robots? Oh, that's sick.
24/7 and is so well optimized, even down to the Pokemon that it uses to shiny hunt with.
Wait, really? Okay, that is absolutely ridiculous. How does it know that when you catch a shiny, it needs to move on to the next one? It would like fill up the Pokedex slot, and then it would try and fill up the next one. So if you need a Wurmple, it would try and find on that shiny Wurmple and then evolve it. But then you evolve into a Silcoon, and you're like, I need the freaking Cascoon, man. I wanted the Dustox, etc., etc. And I have to go back and find another Wurmple because you already have Beaufly, you already have Silcoon.
Tad has one of the shortest cries in the game, meaning over millions and millions of battles. That makes a difference. But the kicker is, it's only gotten about 32 shinies towards the goal. And the reason why is duplicates. I mean, if you're trying to make a shiny living dex, you only need 2 Poochyena, not 128.
Oh, that's oh no. Why is it still in that route?
But anyways, based on the
what is it searching for on this route still that it's got 128
If
Poochyena?
you're exclusively encountering a Pokemon like a starter or your soft resetting for legendaries, it'll take about 32 hours per shiny Pokemon. But if you're in the wild, where duplicates are not only possible but pretty much guaranteed.
Wait, would he really leave this analog pocket just going for this long? With the background changing, going from night to day, with the clock spinning around? How long was this recording for? I have to admit, I don't understand time-lapse videos.
Then you're looking more like 421 hours per new shiny Pokemon.
Oh, that is tough based on the robot's current pace. And that is a robot. So that a robot, in theory, isn't making mistakes. It's not misclicking. It doesn't need to rest or eat or sleep. It doesn't get tired because it's a robot. And eventually they'll take us over. Eventually the robots will take us over. They'll take all the food and then they'll take the government. They'll take the government and then they'll have it.
After crunching the numbers, it would take you about 20 years of non-stop shiny hunting to find all 477 unique shiny Pokemon.
Okay, yeah, that's not, I mean, that doesn't even include shinies, which you'd have to hatch from eggs, surely, right? And you have to like go into the PC and you have to release the Pokemon to fill up space in the PC, and then you have all the shinies there, so oh god.
Interesting is you would have actually found around 6,000 shinies in this time, but about 92% of them are going to be duplicates. All right, let's take a break and tackle some side quests. There's
yeah, let's take a break. Okay. I mean, listen, the timer is, I mean, it's only on 20 years, so it's not so bad, right?
512 trainers in the game. Of course, we have to beat them all. So that'll run us about another 4 hours or so with a
Oh, okay, good. We'll just throw another 4 hours on there. But we have to remember the Battle Frontier as well.
completed save. The Battle Frontier has 7 different facilities.
Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, we're right on it.
challenge, and if we reach a certain number of battles in each facility, they award us with a silver symbol and a gold symbol in each one. So based on the world record speed run, it would take you about 14 and a half hours to, get all those. And
Okay, sure. I mean, if you're a world record speedrunner, which of course we all are because we're all very talented, aren't we? We're all very talented here.
of course, we'd have to grind every single one of our Pokemon to level 100. Of course. Here's a fun,
obviously.
quirky fact about Pokemon Emerald. They just forgot to put a lucky egg in the game. I don't get
those
it. So, okay,
fools.
what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go back to Fire Leaf Green, go to the Safari Zone, and we're going to have to hunt for Chanseys. Now, here's the thing. In the Safari Zone, Chansey has a 4% chance to spawn, and if we're really lucky, a 5% chance of holding a lucky egg.
Oh, okay, so 4% on top of 5%, that is rough. So 95% of Chanseys are not going to have the lucky egg. 95% of your 4% is going to be completely pointless and useless.
There's a 1 in 500 chance of both of these things happening at once. So to get 6 lucky eggs for our entire team, it would take a full day of non-stop grinding.
Oh, geez, that does not look good. I will tell you that.
Now we can actually start grinding.
Oh, great. I will tell you, that does sound like Hungry Walk,
You guys...
though. Oh, what? What is happening?
Yeah, it's sponsor transition, of course.
Let's go!
So Factor's gonna make all these meals,
Yes!
right? And then they're gonna put them on. You're gonna call Factor, gonna be like, "Hey Factor, I would like some fresh, never frozen, digestion
whoa,
approved
this is a
meals,
great
please,
ad-
and maybe
what?
even some calorie smart or protein plus options."
What?
Factor's gonna be like, "Yo, I got you with your address. You're gonna provide your address. They're gonna send it straight
And they won't dox you.
to your door. Then you pop it in the
Look at
microwave for
it!
2 minutes, and
Oh my god, it's so... Did he dribble? There's no way he just dribbled. Wait, was that intentional?
pop it
Hold
in the
on,
microwave
we have
for
to
2
analyze for
minutes and-
intentionality. Analyze?
did
Oh no, I don't think that was intentional. Actually,
did Bro just dribble on himself?
he said that for the. Oh no, it's almost like it's
Anyways,
so
yeah,
fun.
I like
everything.
Factor. It's super convenient just to have a meal there, especially when I'm busy working on stuff. So if you guys want to give it a shot, go to factor75.com or click the link.
I want to try Factor so bad. My problem is I live in the UK and they don't ship to the UK. They ship in the US. So I just want to try. I want to see their calorie smart meals.
Below and use code Asteroid50 for 50% off your first box and 20%
I wish I could.
off your next month of orders. That's factor75.com and code Asteroid50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders.
There's nothing I want to do more than go to factor75.com and use the code Asteroid50 to get whatever you just
Thank
said.
you, Factor, and back to the video. The fastest way to get XP in this game is by beating the Elite Four over and over again, and we can assume that each run will take about 15 minutes because that's what I timed, and I was
Sure.
going pretty damn quick. So we're gonna anyways, about 350
Maybe like 16 minutes then.
of our Pokemon are actually going to be traded from other games, which actually helps because they'll get a 1.5 times experience boost compared to the other 605 Pokemon that won't. On top of
All right,
that, every
solid.
Pokemon falls into one of 6 experience groups. The experience group determines how much XP that Pokemon needs to get from 1 all the way to 100.
I did not know it went from 600k to 1.6 million is insane. I think most legendaries have the slow EXP growth group. I don't know who actually has
So
fluctuating.
what I did was I figured out the average starting level of every single Pokemon in each
And the fluctuating experience group is the one that you have to use in Kaizo Ironmon, the one where you're relegated to just using one Pokemon. So your experience gain is very slow in that game.
group, figured out exactly how much XP it would take to get that entire group to level 100 from that starting level. And then I added it all together, and it would take almost a billion.
No, wait, no, not a billion. Not a billion. Not a billion, surely. A billion?
Billion XP.
Oh, a billion XP, which, if I'm going to make a guess of how long that would take you in real time to get every single Pokemon to level 100, I'm going to say it would take you one solid chunk of a year. Would it? No. 6 months. We'll say if you're just straight doing it the entire time, you could do it. You could do it in a month. I think you could do it in a month. I really don't think it'll be that tough. I think well, no, not 2 months.
To get every single Pokemon to level 100.
2 months.
That equals 9,953 Elite Four runs.
You could bang those out in 2 months easily if you didn't have anything else to do.
Which is 103 days.
103 days, 2 months. It's more like it's over 3. It's over 3 months
Of non-stop grinding.
Okay.
Ribbons are like little badges of honor for your Pokemon, and they can be obtained by doing a bunch of random things, usually involving
This is when people say like, "Oh, when I was a kid, I got all my Pokemon to level 100." I'm like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. 103 days. Did you? You spent 103 days getting every single Pokemon to level 100. No, I don't believe you. You didn't do that."
Involving contests or the Battle Frontier or whatever. Now, obviously, we're going to need every single ribbon on every single Pokemon. Most Pokemon can have 26. With some being able to get 27 if they came from Coliseum or XD. Some of these ribbons aren't terrible, but then there's the Earth ribbon, which requires us
enter the Hall of Fame with every different Pokemon. I didn't even think about
to
that.
win 100 battles in a row with every Pokemon, which, you know, if we're doing 6 at a time, that's 160. Sorry, that's 16,000 battles to get every Pokemon with this ribbon, which would take about 37 days.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that sounds fun, though. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a lot of hitting the A button. You're going to need about 15 different controllers to be able to get through this.
You know, light work. But we're not
You need a controller made of titanium alloy.
done battling yet, because to get the winning ribbon and the victory ribbon, we have to go back to the Battle Frontier and win 56 battles in a row per ribbon, 3 Pokemon at a time.
That's ridiculously specific. Why 56 of all numbers?
Which is going to take about 53 days if we do it first try with every possible team of 3. Which I mean, look at I don't think they're going to make it. I'll just be
no, they'll be fine. You just have like one good mon interspersed with a few bad mons, but also the Battle Frontier is rigged and they do cheats. Oh my god, oh my days, they cheat all the time. It's ridiculous. Have you seen how they cheat? Oh, it's absolutely insane. Anyway, they cheat, so you're not gonna be able to take your Spheal and get that ribbon. You're gonna be able to take your Weedle, and get that ribbon. It's just not gonna be possible, is it?
And then we have the effort ribbon, which means getting max EVs on every single Pokemon, which honestly we're gonna have to do anyway, so this kind of works out. On average, every time you KO a Pokemon, you'll get 1 EV for whatever stat that the Pokemon gives out. But if we use the experience share, we can get 2 EVs per battle, 1 for each Pokemon. And we plug into the calculator, 510 EVs per Pokemon, 30 seconds on average per encounter. We would need to do 243,000 battles, which would take us about 85 days.
Oh, wow. I mean, hold on. You could stack this up though. Say you get your EVs at the same time you're getting your shiny encounters, right? I mean, that at least saves some time. While you're grinding to level 100, you get your EVs, because you can go through Elite Four, but the Elite Four isn't really... Well, I mean, as soon as you get to level 100, you're going to have your EVs regardless. So I think that's fine. We know it's fine. It's fine. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. Contest ribbons?
Contests. This is... when I tell you, I've never been more confused when researching a video. I was so lost. It made no sense. So I will try to communicate just how insane this is to you.
Contests are easy. All you need to do, walk in, make the judges do poker to a pog face. Oh, what? He just used Tail Whip twice in a row? I hate that. And then you get your ribbons. It's super easy. 21 of the 27 ribbons a Pokemon can have are tied to contests. More specifically, they're tied to mastering each rank in every category of contest. But in order to max out... I know there's someone out there that wanted to be a coordinator.
Every contest rank, we first have to max out all of our Pokemon's contest stats. You can raise each of the 5 contest stats by feeding your Pokemon Pokeblocks, which can be made from berries. So that naturally becomes, okay, what berries do we need to get the necessary Pokeblocks, to get the necessary stats, to get the necessary ribbons? Great question. The only berry recipe I found to get these...
And then you actually have to do the berry minigame where you throw them all into the thing and it spins around. You have to like bling, 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 bling. You have to time it right. And I swear that was never actually like correctly timed. I swear it was better than the game was making me out to be.
Perfect contest stats are tied to 2 berries that are almost impossible to get. First up, you're going to need the Nut Pia Berry, which is only available on a physical e-reader card. It's not even in the game. Like, you need this actual card to go scan it in. That's how they...
It's super hard. Damn. It's... Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. No. We're not doing this. Okay, the Nut Pea Berry. The Nut Pea Berry is 4.9 inches. Okay. Is super hard. Is spicy, dry, sweet, bitter, and sour. And this berry is rigid and cracks open when the center is squeezed. Come on, man. You're telling me they didn't know what they were doing with this? They knew exactly what they were doing with the nut berry. They knew exactly what they were doing with this. Look at this. This is ridiculous. And they saw, and to the kids too, ridiculous. Absolutely terrible.
Describe it like, is this like a I feel like I'm being pranked, honestly.
Yeah,
And it
right?
just gets funnier when you realize you have to spend $5,000 to get a PSA 9 Nut Pia Berry e-reader card or best offer. Don't worry, we could probably get it down. Scan that bad boy in and bam.
Wait, there's
now we
no
got
way.
one of them. But unfortunately, we need 8,500.
Wait, there's no way he actually spent Frank. There's no way. There's no way, Frank. Did you Frank, please. No, you didn't do it, did you?
94 more if we want to make enough recipes to max all of our stats on all of our Pokemon. But the good news is we can plant it. If we plant it, we can get up to 3 berries every time we, grow a new plant.
Oh, okay, solid. So you can just like plant a few times and it'll exponentially grow, surely.
We won't get 3 berries every time because the odds of that are just ridiculous, but I'm feeling nice today, so we'll say 3.
Okay.
And we'll also assume that we have infinite planting space, which we don't. At 72 hours to grow 1 plant, it would take almost a full month to grow all 8,000 Nut Pia berries.
But then you'd have so much Nut Pia berry at that point. Like you'd never have to worry about anything again. You could probably sell those. Like 5,000 a pop. Poof. Ow, I just hit my hand on my desk.
And that was the easy one. Now we need the Lychee Berry, and I kid you not, there is one in the entire game, and it shows up on a mysterious,
not Mirage Island.
disappearing island that has a 1 in 65,000 chance of showing up. So the way it works is every single day, Mirage Island will pick a number. If that number matches any of the personality values of the Pokemon in your party, Mirage Island shows up. So we can increase our odds by having 6 Pokemon.
I swear to this day, I have seen Mirage Island when I was a child. I went up to the man. He said it was there. I went over. I saw it was like full of, what is it? Why not? Why not that live there? And I was like, oh, that's kind of boring. And then I left. I swear though, there was a time in my childhood that I did see this. I feel like I've been punked. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself into believing this. But surely surely during your childhood, have you ever seen this? There's got to be a chance. There's some chance that someone else has seen this during your childhood when you're playing Pokemon Emerald. You went to the old man. He said Mirage Island was there. You went down and surfed to it. You're like, what is going on here? This is weird.
Our party at a time, that brings it up to 1 in 10,000, which is still rarer than finding a shiny, but it's something. And then the fastest way to hunt for this island is to go back and forth between the PCs, swapping out your team over and over again, and then checking with this man that tells you whether the island has appeared or not based on the Pokemon in your party. The kicker with this, though, is even if we check all 955 of our Pokemon, there's still a good chance that it doesn't match with any of them, which means...
Why did they make it so rare? Why didn't they make it like 1 in 5,000 instead? Why didn't they make it 1 in 500? Why do they make it such an obscure... Why do Pokemon do this? They make things that are kind of cool, so obscure and hard to get that no one's ever going to see it regardless. Now, with shinies, I think it's cool. But with this island, what was the purpose and for why?
We'll have to wait a full other day for the island to generate a new number and then check it again. So if we crunch the numbers, every day that we hunt for it, we have a 1 in 63 chance of finding it that day, which means it's still going to take, if we're at odds, 63 days to find the island. The good news is a lot of the time spent, waiting for berries to grow or this island, like a lot of it is downtime, right? Like it's not like active game time. So, in a perfect world, we could be doing other things while this is going on. No? We're just gonna...
No, we're just
we still have so many things to do, but like it's
we got a busy day coming up.
But now that we got the Lychee Berry, we can plant it and wait a couple.
Did they make this whole? They made the sprite for it. No one sees this. They made the sprite for it. No one sees it.
Days to get the rest of them, so we can then get the recipes that we need to get the max stats, that we need to win the contest, that we need for the ribbons. Do you remember
His clock's
this
broken.
about ribbons? I don't know. I forgot. Honestly, this is what a side quest.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot this is for the ribbons.
And after spending a week straight of making all the Pokeblocks, our total time to max out all the contest stats for all of our Pokemon is 100.
Man, I want to say again, this video is really, really well shot. I feel like people don't appreciate the really well edited YouTube videos as much as they should. But like just watching this, it's a real treat for the eyes.
37 days. Now we can do the contests. So 20 contests per Pokemon, 10 minutes per contest. We're looking at 133 days.
Oh, and that's assuming that you win every single one, right?
Of contests. And that brings our final time to get...
Yeah, assuming that you never, ever lose a contest, ever.
Get every ribbon on every Pokemon, it would take 1 year and 3 months. Every Pokemon at birth is given a random number from 0 to 31 in all...
Just like me. Just like you. It's called your social security number or your national insurance number if you're British.
of their stats that determine how high that stat can go. They're called IVs, and unlike in later games where you can use bottle caps to max them out after the fact, in Pokemon Emerald back in 2005, what you got is what you got. There's no way to edit a Pokemon's IVs after they've been caught. And since we're trying to complete Pokemon Emerald, we gotta get perfect IVs on every single Pokemon, including the shinies. Let's assume a perfect scenario where we're using the breeding mechanics to pass down.
Oh, we're about to get some years on this bad boy now, I can tell.
3 perfect IVs to every Pokemon that can breed. That still leaves us with 3 other stats that we need to get lucky for, and it's gonna be a 1 in 32,000 chance per Pokemon. And then it just gets worse because there's about 50 Pokemon that just can't breed. I mean, we're talking legendaries, we're talking Magnezone. He's not in the, I meant Magnezone.
Magnezone?
He's not in the game, but you get it. They don't have a gender, so they can't breed. Anyways, it's going to be a 1 in a million chance.
Wow, literally. He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing. 1 in a million chance.
Any one of these Pokemon to have perfect IVs. I mean, the encounters will be shorter because we don't have to hatch anything. So we'll say about 30 seconds. And, you know, there's obviously way less of them. So, you know, even though the odds of getting a perfect IV non-breedable Pokemon is higher, it shouldn't be that bad. It would take 51,000 years.
That's funny. I don't want to get into competitive Pokemon anymore. I'm good. I don't need to play VGC. Hey guys, this is why I don't want to play VGC. I know there's bolt caps now. I know there's a much easier way to do it, but this is still like prepping all this, man. That sounds like a nightmare. Oh jeez. Oh no, the clock fell. Well, on the freaking plant fell over as well. At least the light's still on. I mean, that's good that the light's still on at the very least. I mean, the floor did kind of fade away. This is more than the 10 generations than I originally made estimates for.
51,000 years of just these 50. We haven't even talked about the shinies yet. So now what happens when you need 2 extremely unlikely events to happen simultaneously? You'd have a better chance of winning the lottery.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, easily.
30,000 times.
What?
And that's just for one.
30,000. Oof, man. I like the. I want to win the lottery 30,000 times. Okay, I won't be greedy. I'll only win the lottery once, but like the biggest one, like the really big one. So, well, actually, I know I won't be greedy. Fine, I won't be greedy. I'll settle for you using code Patterrz at GamerSubs. I'll settle. I don't want to win the lottery 30,000 times. Just use code Patterrz at GamerSubs. Get your delicious beverages, and you get something from it too. You get amazing merchandise. You get delicious beverages, caffeine and caffeine free, international shipping, worldwide, less than $1 per serving. It's tasty. It's really good. You're gonna like it, and it means I won't have to win the lottery 30,000 times. So please, or I'll have to get so many scratch tickets, and I just don't want to do. Please just use code Patterrz at GamerSubs. Links in the description.
One of them, and that's just for one of them. There's 50. I'm trying. Do you understand how ridiculous? Like, I'm really trying. It would take over 400 million years just for these 50 Pokemon. Putting our total game time at...
Why'd you call them virgins?
Yeah. And we've suddenly gotten to the point where, like, time just, like, doesn't even make sense anymore.
All right, talk about the Spindas.
You know, like, how do you possibly wrap your mind around 400 million years?
Oh, it's 419,000 years, right?
Oh,
oh no.
The location of the spots on Spinda's face.
Wait, can I get bald? Can I? It's gonna. I want to pause on bald. That's kind of bald. That's kind of bald. That's like bald with a stash. Okay, that's a birthmark.
Randomly.
That's still a birthmark.
Based on a
bald. Yep, that's bald. That's bald.
32-bit number that every Spinda has, which means that there.
Okay, that's still kind of bald. Bald with a birthmark.
There are over 4 billion different spot patterns that you could technically get. Now, according.
Yeah, but Frank, did you see the guy that played Doom on Spinda? That was pretty sick, though, right?
A Reddit post from someone who's way smarter than me. They estimated it would take 30 quintillion encounters to see every form of Spinda. Now, this runs into a similar issue like with the shinies. I mean, the further you get into this, the more Spinda you catch, the better chance you have of finding a duplicate that you already have. Even assuming a very generous 13 seconds per encounter, it would take you over 12 trillion years to find every form of Spinda.
Oh, that's Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
Also, you just missed it. The sun fucking blew up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's about this time where we get to like the heat death of the universe,
Over
all right?
4 billion Pokemon. We've officially run out of space to store them all, but I mean, that's okay. Let's just buy 2,864 copies of Pokemon Box, which will run us about house payment, and then, well, not anymore. Maybe in 2008.
In this economy. In this economy?
And that'll allow us to store all of our Pokemon again. All right, if it takes 30 billion gajillion whatever encounters to see regular Spinda, and we expect to see a shiny every 1 in 8,000 encounters.
There's way too many. And you have to get every variation of shiny Spinda. So the duplicates are going to start racking up as well. When you just need one shiny Spinda left and there's 4 billion variations of Spinda, oh no.
It would take about 248 sextillion encounters, or 102 quadrillion. Quadrillion. It would take a ton.
Yeah. Well, okay. What if we get like, what if we had like a few people working on it at the same time though? We could really cut those numbers down. See if they get like, get your mates on it, get like grandma. I mean, depending on how many, years she's got left. Yeah, get granddads too if he's still around, and then get, I don't know, probably you could have a kid. You could have a child. Generations. Have a child.
Fuck ton of time to see every shiny Spinda variant. Oh, you just missed it. The universe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's also dead. And another universe will fall in its place.
I've ever made. But of course we have to get them to level 100. If we assume we caught them at the highest possible starting level, level 16 in the fast egg group, it would take about 6 XP or 2,543,764 years to get them to level 100. There's a lot of ribbons.
That's not even like that much, right? We have to get the ribbons on all of them, of course.
Oh, they can have perfect IVs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally, to finish
What about getting the perfect IVs on all the shinies though?
Collection, if you wanted every shiny Spinda to also be perfect IV, it would take an additional. So if you want a 100% Pokemon Emerald, good luck.
Oh, that's oh, that's so good, dude. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. This is such a good video. Holy shit. Subscribe to Asteroid Videos. Please. You need to get this person, get this man to 300K. Get this man to 300K right now and watch the other videos because they're all good. They're all good. You need to watch these videos. They're all so good. Anyway, thank you. Go subscribe to Frank. He's wonderful. If you want to see more of my dumb face, you can always subscribe here as well.